Hello ladies and gentlemen, and not so gentlemen. Today, we're gonna rank the Omnitrices, one by one. But we're not just throwing names around. Each Omnitrix will be judged based on 4 key things. Transformation stability. How reliable is it when turning into aliens? No glitches, no surprises. DNA access. How much alien data it can access and how easily. Safeguards, security measures, anti-theft tech, and safety features. Features and upgrades. Bonus points for cool extra functions, smart designs, or game-breaking powers. Let's see which one earns its place at the top, and which one belongs in the scrap pile. The prototype Omnitrix, Classic Series. Ah yes, the OG. The one that started it all. Created by Azmuth, slapped onto Ben's wrist like a cosmic prank by fate. Let's break it down. Transformation stability, 5 out of 10. It could leave you stuck, glitch out, or blow up if you sneezed near a magnet. Sure, it protected Ben from some nasty stuff, but it was wildly inconsistent. DNA access, 9 out of 10. Direct connection to the codon stream meant unlimited potential. It had more alien data than any model after, even if Ben didn't always use it properly. Safeguards, 6 out of 10. It had some cool stuff, auto defense if someone tried to yank it off, vitals monitoring, and emergency transformations. But no real lock system. Anyone could wear it, and that's a problem. Features and upgrades, 5 out of 10. No interface, no custom settings, faceplate fell off like a cheap toy. But hey, it could still transform a kid into a superpowered alien, so it wasn't useless. Total score, 25 out of 40. A powerful start, but also a glitchy, explosive mess. This thing was the beta version with style points for nostalgia. 2. Recalibrated Omnitrix, Alien Force. After the original got cooked, Ben gets a factory reset, and it's honestly one of the cleanest upgrades in the franchise. Let's break it down. Transformation stability, 8 out of 10. Way fewer glitches. No more getting stuck, most of the time. Transformations were smoother, and aliens showing up in their naked. Still vulnerable to overloads and hacking, but a major leap forward. DNA access, 8 out of 10. Still connected to the codon stream, giving it excellent range. Plus, Azmuth's recalibration added new aliens and cleaned up a lot of old errors. Safeguards, 6 out of 10. More durable, harder to break physically, but it still didn't stop other people from using it. Vilgax literally slapped it on like it was a smartwatch. Come on, Azmuth. Features and upgrades, 7 out of 10. It looked sleeker, had better interface feedback, and seemed more intuitive. Could still break from tech overload or a Kevin tantrum, but it worked better overall. Total score, 29 out of 40. A solid, reliable version. Nothing revolutionary, but a big quality of life improvement for Team Tennyson. It's the iPhone 2 of Omnitrices. 3. The Ultimatrix, Late Ultimate Alien. This thing looked like a beast and had one of the coolest gimmicks ever. But under the hood? Yeah, it was kind of a mess. Transformation stability, 6 out of 10. More bugs than a hive planet. Sentient ultimates, check. Glitches and lockouts, check. Easy to hack or yank off, double check. Azmuth literally threw it in space garbage for a reason. DNA access, 8 out of 10. Still codon stream-based, so the alien roster was stacked. But it was Albedo's stolen build, so it didn't evolve with Ben's natural sync the same way. Safeguards, 5 out of 10. One word, hackable. Vilgax and others messed with it. Barely had any real lockout protections. The fact that it worked at all is a miracle, considering it was an incomplete prototype powered by jank. Features and upgrades, 9 out of 10. Let's be real, the ultimate transformations were badass. Locking into aliens, enhanced versions, extra abilities. It felt like a Pokemon evolution mid-battle. Pure style. Functionally, still questionable, but fun as hell. Total score, 28 out of 40. The Ultimatrix is like driving a sports car with faulty brakes. Looks cool, goes fast, crashes easily. A fan favorite, but not exactly peak tech. 4. The final Omnitrix, Omniverse era. This is the real deal. Azmuth's perfected masterpiece. It's what the prototype should have been all along. Stable, secure, and loaded. Transformation stability, 9 out of 10. Nearly flawless. The random transformations, stuck in alien glitches, and magic freakouts were basically gone, unless Ben messed it up himself. The only real issue left was vulnerability to certain magic disruptions, but that's more a universal weakness than bad design. DNA access, 10 out of 10. Doesn't rely on the codon stream anymore. It's got DNA stored inside in a secure digital format. That means no more signal outages or hacking codon stream access. Total control, full autonomy. Safeguards, 9 out of 10. This watch knows who its user is. We saw it reject non-matching DNA. Vilgax and others couldn't just slap it on anymore. It had built-in authentication, making it practically unusable for anyone else. Still not immune to very high-level threats, but it's way better than anything before it. Features and upgrades, 8 out of 10. Has all the base features of earlier versions without the bugs. No evolution mode like the Ultimatrix or fusion like the Biomnitrix, but it's solid, reliable, and feature-rich. It even works like a regular digital watch. Practicality, flash. Total score, 36 out of 40. This is the Omnitrix at its prime. It's not the flashiest, but it's the most refined, secure, and reliable version out there. Top-tier alien tech, with just a few very minor weaknesses left. 5. Nemetrix, Omniverse villain tech. Think of this like a bootleg version of the Omnitrix that's specifically designed for predators. Less about variety, more about hunt and destroy. Transformation stability, 5 out of 10. It works, until it doesn't. It doesn't glitch as much as the prototype Omnitrix, but it's super unstable. No proper safeguard systems. And it can only be used by non-sentient beings like predators. Put it on the wrong user and it becomes a liability. DNA access, 3 out of 10. This is where it tanks hard. No capture mode, no scanning, no codon stream access, no internal library. You get what you're given, and that's it. Extremely limited. Safeguards, 2 out of 10. What safeguards? If you're a raging monster and you slap this thing on, congrats. Now you're a powered-up raging monster. It can't even stop from being misused. Extremely dangerous tech. Azmuth would have yeeted it into a black hole. Features and upgrades, 4 out of 10. It does its job. Transform into predator species to counter Omnitrix aliens. That's it. No extras, no interface, no real flexibility. Basically a glorified weapon for animalistic beatdowns. Total score, 14 out of 40. The Nemetrix is powerful in the wrong hands. It's like handing a nuke to a gorilla. No versatility, no control, just raw danger. Cool concept, awful execution. 6. Biomnitrix, Fusion Gauntlets, made by Ben. Made by Ben himself by fusing 2 Omnitrixes into one. You can feel the chaos already. This isn't Azmuth's clean engineering. This is Ben cooking in the lab. Transformation stability, 7 out of 10. We don't see it glitching often, but we also haven't seen it used under pressure like the others. It did stop working when frozen in time and can be disabled with strong EMPs like solar flares. Pretty solid, but untested in extreme scenarios. DNA access, 9 out of 10. It's basically 2 Omnitrixes stacked, meaning double the database, and then it fuses aliens together. That's wild. Heat blast plus water hazard equals steam fusion. Gray matter plus brainstorm equals terrifying brain power. It doesn't get much crazier than that. Safeguards, 6 out of 10. Not a lot of data here. We assume it still runs on Omnitrix level security, but it's Ben's custom mod. And Ben isn't exactly a cybersecurity genius. Azmuth literally called it silly. So we gotta dock some points for potential exploits and lack of oversight. Features and upgrades, 10 out of 10. It lets you fuse aliens. That's an auto 10. The creative potential is insane. There's no other device in the Ben 10 universe that lets you do this kind of fusion with this much freedom. Total score, 32 out of 40. The Biomnitrix is flashy, creative, and packed with power. Might not be Azmuth approved, but it shows how far Ben's come. High tier. Easily. 7. Unitrix, Eunice, living prototype. Made by Azmuth as a prototype. It doesn't strap to your wrist, it is the user. Eunice is essentially the Unitrix given human form through DNA absorption. Her primary purpose? Unknown. Her threat level? High enough for Azmuth to be worried. Transformation stability? 8 out of 10. She doesn't change forms. Instead, she mimics powers from DNA through contact, like copying superpowers rather than shapeshifting. No glitches, no malfunctions seen so far. But it's extremely time-limited, about 10 minutes, so it loses points for endurance. DNA access? 3 out of 10. This is her biggest downside. She can only store one DNA sample at a time. That's it. No codon stream, no giant alien library. Touch someone, get their powers, 10 minutes, done. The opposite of versatile. Safeguards? 5 out of 10. She's technically alive, so you can't really steal her. But there's no indication of failsafes, and her ability to interfere with other devices, like knocking out the Ultimatrix's connection to Primus, makes her risky. Even Azmuth said she's dangerous, and he built her. Features and upgrades? 6 out of 10. She's got emotion, independent thought, and empathy. And her Primus interference ability? That's massive. But she lacks the classic upgrade potential, doesn't transform, and has no combat modules. It's very niche. Total score? 22 out of 40. The Unitrix is the wild card. She's not a power tool like the others. She's a living entity. Great for storytelling, scary in the wrong hands, but not nearly as functional in a transformation showdown. Here's the final Omnitrix ranking board. 1. Omniverse Omnitrix, 36 of 40. 2. Biomnitrix, 32 of 40. 3. Recalibrated Omnitrix, 30 of 40. 4. Classic Omnitrix, Prototype, 28 of 40. 5. Ultimatrix, 25 of 40. 6. Unitrix, Eunice, 22 of 40. 7. Nemetrix, 18 of 40. And there you have it. But now it's your turn. Which Omnitrix is your favorite? Do you ride with the classic? Swear by the Ultimatrix? Or maybe you're chaotic enough to pick the Nemetrix? Drop your rankings down in the comments. Let's see if your list matches mine, or if you've got some spicy takes I didn't think of. And hey, if you enjoyed geeking out over alien watches with me, hit that like button like it owes you DNA. Subscribe if you want more Ben 10 deep dives, and I'll catch you in the next one. Until then, stay smart, stay strange, and don't trust watches made by psychotic alien crabs.